Gunners fan, welcome back to the channel. Arsenal's injury situation continues to be a story of both setbacks and progress, as Mikel Arteta's squad juggles the return of key players alongside fresh concerns. The Gunners, who secured a late draw against Manchester City thanks to Gabriel Martinelli's stoppage-time equaliser, now face renewed fitness worries that could impact their momentum in the coming weeks. The Emirates crowd was lifted by the sight of Bukayo Saka returning to action, adding much-needed spark and balance to Arteta's attacking options. Yet the joy was tempered by the withdrawal of Noni Madueke during the first half. While captain Martin Odegard and new signing Piero Hincapié were both absent from the squad entirely. These developments highlight the fine margins Arsenal are working with as they aim to sustain a strong start to the season. For captain Martin Odegard, it has been a difficult few weeks. The Norwegian playmaker, who had only just recovered from a shoulder injury sustained earlier in the campaign, was forced off after just 18 minutes in the clash with Nottingham Forest a little over a week ago. That setback, described by Mikel Arteta as very similar to the one he suffered against Leeds in August, has once again sidelined him. In his own programme notes before the City game, Odegard admitted his frustration, calling it really bad luck to suffer the same injury twice in quick succession after over a decade without similar issues. Arteta later confirmed that the skipper was not fit enough even for the bench. Arsenal are hopeful that Odegard could make his return away to Newcastle on September 28th, but for now, the team must once again adapt without their influential leader in midfield. Another blow came during the clash with Manchester City, as summer signing Noni Madueke was forced off at half-time, despite being Arsenal's brightest attacking outlet in the first half. Arteta later revealed that the winger had been carrying an issue from the early stages of the game and was unable to continue after the break. The concern now centres on his right knee, with scans carried out on Monday to determine the severity of the problem. At this stage, no official return date has been set, leaving Arsenal fans anxiously waiting to see how long they may be without one of their most dynamic wide players. Another curious development surrounded defender Piero Hincapié, who was a surprise absentee from the matchday squad against Manchester City. The Ecuadorian had made a brief appearance in midweek against Athletic Club, but was nowhere to be seen at the weekend. Arteta confirmed ahead of kickoff that Hincapié was unavailable, without giving further details on the nature of his absence. While his setback is not yet fully explained, his situation will be one to monitor closely, particularly as Arsenal look to rotate defensive options in a busy schedule. On a more positive note, K.Havertz is continuing his recovery from knee surgery and has shown encouraging progress. The German international is now walking freely and has begun loading the knee while also resuming light training activities. Although Arteta remains cautious about setting a timescale, the club expects Havertz to be sidelined until November. His determination to accelerate his recovery is well known, but the medical team is keen to ensure the midfielder returns in peak condition. Meanwhile, G.Jesus continues to recover from the serious anterior cruciate ligament injury that required major surgery. The Brazilian striker is now back on the training ground doing individual ball work, a positive step in his long journey back to fitness. However, Arsenal have taken a cautious approach, leaving him out of their Champions League squad for the league phase, which runs until January. Arteta confirmed that the earliest expectation for his return to full training is December, with competitive action likely to follow in the new year. Fans will be hoping for a faster-than-expected comeback, but patience remains the watch. On the other side, after battling to a hard-fought 1-1 draw with Manchester City at the weekend, Arsenal were back on the training pitches early this morning as preparations began for their upcoming EFL Cup fixture against Port Vale on Wednesday night. The quick turnaround meant there was little time to dwell on Sunday's result, and Mikel Arteta wasted no time in shifting the focus toward ensuring his side maintain momentum across all competitions. Today's session brought together the entire senior squad alongside a group of promising academy players, reflecting the club's strategy of blending experienced professionals with youthful energy. The younger talents were not simply filling numbers, they trained fully with the senior side, benefiting from the intensity and standards demanded during these sessions. For Arteta, it was an opportunity to give emerging prospects valuable exposure, while also ensuring that his first-team squad remained sharp and focused. The session itself was divided into several key phases. Players who featured heavily against Manchester City were put through lighter recovery drills at first, focusing on mobility, stretching and controlled passing routines to ease the strain of Sunday's demanding contest. The rest of the squad, including those who were not heavily involved at the weekend, underwent a more rigorous program designed to maintain match sharpness. Ball circulation and quick combination play were central to the exercises, with the coaching staff emphasizing tempo and precision under pressure. There was a clear focus on building fluidity in attacking transitions, something that will be important against Port Vale, where Arsenal are expected to dominate possession and create chances against a compact defensive structure. Defensive organization also featured heavily, with drills focused on maintaining compact lines and quickly regaining shape after losing the ball. Small-sided games were used later in the session to simulate match conditions. These provided both senior and academy players with the chance to showcase their tactical awareness, creativity, and intensity in a competitive environment. The pace was relentless, reflecting Arteta's insistence on consistency regardless of opposition. The young players adapted impressively, showing not just technical ability, but also the work ethic required to operate at first-team level. Physical conditioning was another cornerstone of the morning, as fitness coaches put the squad through a demanding series of endurance and agility routines, with fixtures coming thick and fast. Ensuring players can recover quickly while sustaining high performance levels is a key part of the training schedule. The coaching team closely monitored workloads, ensuring balance between physical exertion and recovery. Perhaps most encouraging for the staff was the level of cohesion displayed throughout the group. Senior figures led by example, setting the tone for the session, while academy players followed with enthusiasm and determination. The collective energy around the camp suggested that the squad remains fully focused, with no signs of fatigue or complacency following the draw with City. As attention now turns firmly toward the EFL Cup, Arteta faces decisions about squad rotation. The blend of senior and academy players in training indicates that opportunities may be handed to younger talents on Wednesday, supported by experienced teammates to ensure balance. Today's session, however, underlined that whoever takes the field against Port Vale will be prepared to meet the high standards expected. Arsenal's return to training was productive and purposeful. Recovery, tactical sharpness, and squad integration were the key themes, with the presence of academy players reinforcing the long-term vision of building for the future while competing on multiple fronts. With spirits high and preparation well underway, the Gunners will look to carry their momentum into the EFL Cup and continue their quest for silverware this season.